Hello guys, well, after my little speech before, here's my gym training. I'm just warming up at the moment, light weights, just doing lat raises, just a few, warm up the muscles, loosen up the joints. I'll do some at the side and then I'll do front delts and front delts at the front like that. All this is you don't want to go into a workout and just go straight into it. That's how you pull muscles, and it's not the best way to do any sort of gym, any sort of sport. You have to warm up before you do it. Usually do the stretches or warm up to the areas you work on. So as I'm doing like chest, and it's going to affect my shoulders, so I'm warming up my shoulders, anything around my chest with light weights. Sorry about the camera, it's so rubbish. As you can see, my cracked screen, what I was on about. But as you can see, the first thing I'm going to get into is the bench behind. It's raised to 45 degrees, and I'm going to do single bench presses. This is what I would say is better than doing 2 dumbbell bench presses, because you are isolating one chest at a time, your left and your right, because there is always one part stronger than your other half. You do not do more on one side because it's weaker, or more on the other side then it's stronger. You make sure you only do as strong as your weakest side. So if you only can do 6 reps, only do 6 reps. As you can see, I'm just finishing off here now, and I'm gonna go and get my weights. I had this leaning against a dumbbell. This is how amateurish I am. But it was really quiet, so I wasn't bothered. I've just picked up a lightweight because I'm still coming back into the training, and as you see, I'm pushing it just like a bench press, but it is 45 degrees angle, and this obviously works on the one side of the chest. Try and push it towards the center so you feel the contractions in your chest. It's also quite good for your core. This is because you have to sort of balance yourself. So when you've done your reps one side, you do your reps the other side. Whatever rep range you want to do, 8, 12, up to 12, I would say do a lightweight first, and then try and find a weight that you're suitable to, and then struggle on the last 2. Then you've got the perfect weight. Or you can do a pyramid where you go up one weight, then go up another weight, and then go up another weight, and then you drop it on your 4th set. Here, what I'm doing now is I'm grabbing it tight and I'm lowering it into the centre of my chest. This works your back of your thighs a bit and your centre of your chest. What I like to do this is, you can either use a dumbbell, or a lot of people do use a weight, a barbell weight. After that, I'm having my little rest. I always say, have 30 seconds rest. Get your bearings back. I've lost my weights. There you go. I was doing back and chest today, so push and pull. This is the only thing I wasn't pushing or pulling, because I was doing a superset where you have 2 things at the same time. You go from one to the next one. This is obviously does the back and does the top of your shoulders at the back. You really can't only do a lightweight on this. I only can do about 8, and then I did basically 4 sets of each alternatively. Then I went on to pull machine. What you want to do here is push it towards your stomach, not your chest, to your stomach. Don't lean all the way back. A lot of people will lean back, but when you get to your chest, crunch. So basically, you feel your shoulder blades touching each other, and that's what I do. I do 3 sets of this on a weight where I'm struggling at the end. Everybody's different. Of course, if you want to gain more, do lower reps and 6 reps at heavy weights. What I'm doing, just getting back into it now. So then here you go, here's my dumbbell shot, like I said. Now what I'm doing is I'm doing dumbbell flies. I know this is not a push, but when I like working my chest, I like to make sure I get at least a fly technique in. It's still on the 45-degree bench. What you do is you point your dumbbells up and then push your chest out and lean as far back with your arms, and you see my chest is basically popping out, and then push them all the way back. This is brilliant for you. I say your cleavage line, you know what I say. And also it's stretching, tearing them chest muscles, because you need to do that to make them bigger. 4 reps. Now I'm on this is like a bench press machine, but I'm sitting sideways, and this what it's doing is I'm isolating each chest. I'm doing 12 reps on one side, and then what I do is I do the same on the other side, and I do it 3 times. It's good to develop your chest, another part of the muscle. And then I didn't really show you the rest of that. Then I went on to normal bench press. As you can see, arch your back, so you want your shoulder blades touching, if you can, and basically just have a good rhythm while you're doing a bench press. They always say, well, what's the difference between a flat bench and a raised bench? It's just working a different part of your chest. That is it. Flat bench basically does your main chest. A raised bench makes you do your top half of your chest. You can have a decline as well, which will make your chest at the bottom, and it depends on where you're pushing it. Usually you want it on a bench around this area, around the top of half of your chest, so it builds the top half of your chest. This is where I did my pyramid set. As you see, I'm now gone into a bigger weight, and I did the next, I think I went up about 2 or 3 weights, because I know my limits on this, but I haven't been out for a long time at the gym, so all I'm doing is I'm testing my strength. As you see, I did up 6. So if you have an injury or anything like that, don't just go back into the gym and push yourself thinking you can do what you want. Here you go. I'm just probably trying to find some heavier weights now. Yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm doing here's a pull technique. This is for your back, and basically you just crouch over something. You can bend over a bench or whatever, and what you do is you pull your elbow back as far as possible. Obviously it's isolating one side. This will work all your back area, and I usually do heavier weights with this. I do both arms, 3 sets. But this is a great technique. You can also do it with both arms, which is quite good as well. And you can also do it on a machine if you've got one of the machines. But that's basically it, really. My little push-pull back, chest.